Hello dear students, welcome in this online session of 10th standard, and the lesson which we are going to learn is depending upon the very beautiful theory and the concept, that is the places of Indian cultural heritage. We all are together associating ourselves since from many years relation with the cultural heritage, also with the places of India, pilgrimages, mountain, caves, architecture, minarets, mosque, temple, derasar, whatever is there. And that's how this lesson today will be getting your more detailed theory cleared about the places of India and also the cultural heritage of India. So today we are going to learn about the basic introduction related to the cultural heritage of India. It means that we'll get the introduction relation with the cultural heritage, or we can say culture of India. Then furthermore we'll be moving towards the caves of Ajanta also, because that is one of the basic thing which we need to startuply learn in this lecture, that is caves of Ajanta. You can also call it like Ajanta caves. Now if we go in the detail, then we can understand that the cultural heritage of India is very rich. So we all are very rich in the cultural heritage of India, and we can say culture rich is in India can be seen out here. And literally India is actually following with some kinds of rules and regulations since from the ancient time, where we can say that all the chapters of our essays is also depending upon the same theory relation with the cultural heritage of India. Now it has bestowed us with the valuable and we can say like countless beautiful things too here, as well as the natural landscapes too. So natural heritage is also one of the part of cultural heritage of India, though they belongs to the different field of category, but they form together the main basic thing, that is the beauty of India, and it can be furthermore divided into cultural heritage of India as well the natural heritage of India. Now this is the basic introduction. Now what is the meaning of cave and cave architecture? See, generally if you go through with the caves, then we can say that the early human beings who made themselves comfortably live inside the cave. Apart from that, the Buddhist monk or the we can say the travelers also, or the early human beings who left their life, who just enjoyed their life inside the cave, gave something new to the cave architecture. And that's how we can say that today this lesson is depending upon the cave and the cave internal, we can understand the architecture of India too. So therefore one of the very famous is the Ajanta cave, which is actually situated inside the Aurangabad district of we can say Maharashtra, and that is the Ajanta village, near the Ajanta village. So they are important as the factual belief we talk about at the view of Vastu and Shastra. It means that Ajanta cave is actually believed good according to the Vastu. As well, they are also available in the village of Ajanta, that is in Aurangabad. So these are the basic general example which we need to understand. Now as I am making you to understand about these kinds of caves, you need to also understand that these kinds of caves were actually explored since from the years and years, from the many times, by some of the special people who are actually doing the archaeological survey related to the land and landforms, also with the cave forms with the Sumit and mountains too here. Therefore we can say that these kinds of caves have been seen with the artistic work of Vastu and Shastra. And if you talk about the caves, the caves are based on the sculpture and architecture too. It means that the number of caves are divided into the different forms here. Now what are the numbers of caves are divided? If you talk about cave number 1, 2, 10, 16, my dear student, 1, 2, 10, 16, 17 are the excellent caves in the Ajanta village, which is consisting the best example of paintings and all. And apart from that, we can say that other caves are also attended with a very height of the great we can say work of human hand. And that's how these caves are also somehow subjected for the Chaitanyas, Viharas and other kinds of processions since from the ancient time. So according to the Buddhist religion, these caves are also very valuable place since from the ancient time. Now Ajanta caves are divided into basic two categories. Now what are the two categories? They are, as I said you, Chaitanyas and Viharas. Now cave number 9, 10, 19 and 26 along with 26, 29 also generally are the Chaitanyas, where the caves actually belonging to more than that, that is actually the Viharas. So therefore we can say that an English captain, generally an English captain John Smith actually found this kinds of caves, and also we can say he explained how this magnificent example can be studied out well with this architecture. Also we can understand the Buddhist literature, religion, their culture, custom and Vastu along with the Shastra, with the painting, sculpture related to the human interference also since from the ancient time, and the impact of time has greatly damaged this cave. Then also the most of wonderful architecture of the cave is lying today also, and it is actually seen in the form of painting, sculpture, architecture at the Ajanta caves. So my dear student, Ajanta has actually explored, and Ajanta has actually got the Indian pride of an art too. So this is very famous cave, and that you need to understand. So according to the numeral graph also you can go with the Ajanta caves here. Now the story is not going to be end here only. See, we need to understand there is not only one cave. There is not only one cave in India. There are lots of caves, but among them the most of caves are not getting the we can say the membership or the assignmentship, where UNESCO is approving them as a World Heritage Site. So some of the caves are approved, and in this lecture we are going to focus on that side, on the same theory, the caves which have got the universal we can say franchises in the general membership of UNESCO approved World Heritage Center will be studied in this lecture here. So as I made you to understand that Ajanta cave in the Aurangabad village, Chaitanyas, Viharas and other kinds of things also, then we need to move towards the other caves also. Now related to the Ajanta cave, you should not forget about the Ellora caves. Now which are the Ellora caves, or we can say what is the Ellora caves? Ellora caves. Ellora caves is also one of the very fine example at the Aurangabad, same district in the Maharashtra, and also there are 34 all in all groups of the caves that can be defined into the temple also, and the different form from each other two here. So if you go in the detail, then we can say 1 to 12 are the Buddhist cave, 13 to 29 are the Hindus cave, and also 30 to 34 are the Jain cave. So again I'll repeat, 1 to 12 to the Buddhism, then again 13 to 29 Hinduism, 30 to 34 is going to the Jainism. These caves have been also carved since from the ancient time, and we can say it was actually made, or somehow the artistic work was done in the Rashtrakutal's reign of the dynasty, where we can say Kailash temple is also famous, which is actually standing as a mysterious temple too, because this Kailash temple has been carved not from the downside but from the upside. Means from the upside the people of that age, we can call like 2000 or 100,000 centuries ago, they actually started to carve this cave from the upper top, and they went slowly down. So if you are going to visit especially Aurangabad Ellora caves, you can go and see, and you must see actually the Kailash temple. That is one of the best temple as per my belief here. So that's how we can say that along with the height of situated inside the cave, that is cave number 16 is around like 15 meter long and 33 meter wide, where 30 meter height is given to this temple of the Shiva temple, and it is specially carved by single massive rock. So that's how we can say the temple can't be described into the words. So this is the basic example and the marvelous theory of the cave and cave architecture. See, in India everything is possible. Why? Because the Indian people are hardworking since from the sages and ages time. And also we can say that this is one of the Ellora is one of the campus of example of magnificent creation related inside the cave architecture. But today it is about to be lose out, because somehow the care is not taken properly. Therefore we need to go with our moral duty, not to damage the cave but to just observe the cave. And that's how it is also one of the best example of the technology of that time, that how they started to carve this cave from the upper position to the lower position. Because today in India we see mosque, temple, whatever the religious monuments are there, they are being made from the downside, but this is carved from the upper side. So that is example extraordinary. So this is also we can say it is actually describing the patience of human being since from the ancient time. And that's how if you move further, then we can go to the Elephanta cave also. Now what is Elephanta cave? The name elephant, you can check it out in the textbook here. Elephant, E-L-E-P-H-A-N-T-A, that is Elephanta. Okay, Elephanta cave. Elephanta caves. Now Elephanta cave is actually located inside the Arabian Sea, as you know that basically in the west part of our Indian map. So we can say that these caves were built in the Arabian Sea 12 kilometers away from the Mumbai, Maharashtra. That is far around 12 km away from Maharashtra. What is special in this? Okay, my dear student, what is special in this? So you can say that a huge stone monument of elephant, on seeing the structure, means from the far distance, the huge monument of the elephant was seen. This was structurized by the people of India and seen by the Portuguese. They named this island, or they named this actually the stone Elephanta stone, and then later it came to be known as the Elephanta cave. So many beautiful figures have been also carved on that. You will find the other figures of Shiv, then you'll find the figures of, we can say, other like Buddhist figure and all, lots of figures are being carved there. So that's how it is also known as the Elephanta cave. So therefore we can say 7 caves are there total. How many caves are there? You must remember, my dear student, I'm writing here, there are basic 7 caves. Most of the cave have been submerged inside the water, so 7 is remaining. So there is a large stone monument inside the cave, or we can say the monument looking like an elephant. So many beautiful figures have been also carved out here. The Trimurti temple is also there, where you can find the 3-faced god sitting there. As you can see the figure 6.1 on the page number 43, it shows you. And also we can say that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh is actually assembled, or we can say they are actually resembling in this 3 phase of the idol Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, the god of generating, operating and destroying. So that's how we can say this cave is also one of the best example according to the UNESCO, and that's how in the 1987 AD UNESCO has also placed this Elephanta cave inside the list of World Heritage Center, World Heritage System or World Heritage Center 2 here, and local people call this cave or this area as Dharapuri. This can be asked inside the MCQs in your exam too. So that's how we can say that this cave is actually located inside the Arabian Sea. Whenever you are going to visit Maharashtra, you must travel in the Arabian Sea for 12 kilometers by taking the boat, or you can go by your own we can say steamer, hiring, or whatever you can capacity according to your wish, you can go there. So that's how these are the caves which is actually described today by me here. And now if you go more further in the southern part of the India, then we need to move to Chennai. So what is in the Chennai? Okay, there's a question, page number 44, you can focus here. Mahabalipuram, that is located 60 kilometers far away from Chennai. Now Mahabalipuram means what? See, today's topic is also moving towards Mahabalipuram. Okay, now what is inside the Mahabalipuram? See, Mahabalipuram, as I made you to understand, it is located 60 kilometers away, that is 60 kilometers away from Chennai. And this actually, this temple or this whole of the area is actually, it is judged by aesthetic views for the pilgrimages and all, and therefore Narsivarman first was properly known as the Mahamalla at that time, and he belongs to the Pallavas dynasty. So 7 chariot temples were built at his time, and present we can say only 5 are existing, because because of some of the internal war, some of the temperature, some of the pressure, climatical change and all natural calamities, they have been collapsed. So therefore we can say 2 chariot temples have been submerged inside the sea as well. There is amazing figures of, you can find Vishnu in the smiling pose, and also the poses of behind the goddess like Durga slaying Mahishasur and all, and also which is like worth seeing for that here. So Mahabalipuram is also an unparalleled example architecture in the rock sculpture architecture, and also which is famous for its harbor from the ancient time. It means that you cannot find in India the idols which are made, the temples, the chariot temple, Rath Mandir, which is actually seen inside Chennai, 60 km away at Mahabalipuram, which was made by in the reign of Narsivarman first. So it is unparalleled example. Same as downside we can go like Patadakkal Memorial. It is also actually made in Chalukya dynasty which is also 16 km away from Badami Nagar. That is Dravidian style of art can be seen out here, and which is also constructed in the form of, we can say, temples there. Therefore these all are built during the ages of the 8th or like 9th century, and also we can say Virupaksha temple, especially for Vishnu and Lord Shiva, can be also seen there, and it is one of the biggest temple in the Patadakkal Memorial. So these all are the caves located inside the southern India here. And if you go inside the Khajuraho, then we can say that Madhya Pradesh, center of the heart. then we can generally get an example that if you have visited all where but you have not seen Khajuraho, then you must go and see the Khajuraho temple or the Khajuraho caves too. Why I'm telling you like that? Because see, some of the examples related to Mahabalipuram, related to Patadakkal, Elephanta, Ellora caves can be somehow limited, but if you go more further in the detail from the Mahabalipuram, then more further to the Patadakkal, then to the temple of Khajuraho, then you'll find the basic example of the, we can say, wheel related to the Sun Temple of Konark also, then Khajuraho also, and all the kinds of architectural theory can be seen here at the Madhya Pradesh. So actually if we talk about, then Sun Temple of Konark is in Odisha, but I am talking about the Khajuraho, which is in Madhya Pradesh. So laterly we will be talking about the wheel architecture also, but right now we need to focus on the Khajuraho temple. देखो, these temple are located in the small village named Khajuraho at the Chhattarpur district in Madhya Pradesh. Also, Khajuraho was an ancient capital city of Chandela rulers, that is Chandela Rajput rulers, and that's how we can say that at the Bundelkhand. So the temple were built in such a way that the capital city can be also seen out here, and at the during the reign of, we can say, these rulers, the Rajput rulers, 1905 to 1050 AD, we can say presently 25 temples are there existing. So temples of Khajuraho is also one of the very best examples related to the cave architecture, and that's all I am trying to make you understand. Temples of Khajuraho. Now in this Khajuraho temple we can understand that these kinds of basic examples are shown, where you can say that 64 Yoginis temples are also one of the main architectural view inside that, where you can find Torang architecture also, and other than, we can say, ornamental style of architecture also. And all these kinds of temple inside Khajuraho is actually granite stone made. They are made by the granite stone. So Khajuraho temple was also constructed inside, the main Khajuraho temple was also constructed inside Nagar style of art and sculpture. That is one of the also basic form of Vastu and Shastra. Therefore we can say Khajuraho temple, as I made you, that Khajuraho temple is also one of the best example of the specimen of the, we can say, from the ancient time of the people and their hard work, which is also somehow not described inside the word, and it can be also like spellbounded. Spellbounded means we are unable to speak the beauty of temple, describe the beauty of temple in our own words. So that is actually the theory which I am making you understand in this process of the lecture, which is relating with the Madhya Pradesh Khajuraho temple or Khajuraho architectural art here. Now my dear student, after getting this much detail, we should learn about what are the sun temples also, because chariot temple means the sun temple. So it is said that if you have visited Orissa and the sun temple has been not visited by you, then your visit is incomplete. So you need to go to visit Orissa to here. Now Sun Temple of Konark, the name itself is shining, that is the Konark, K-O-N-A-R-K. The Sun Temple of Konark is located in the, we can say, in the Orissa, that is actually it is situated in the Bengal at the Puri district in Orissa. And laterly we can also get example of the wheel of the Sun Temple related to the Konark, that is also showing the 8 prahars of the day. It means that it is showing the 24 general hours of the day. And laterly we can say that it was constructed in the 13th of the century during the reign of some of the Garg dynasty here. So you must remember Konark temple with the Garg dynasty in the, we can say, 18th, or remembering towards that kind of centuries also, so 13th centuries also. So therefore these are the basic example related with the concept of we can say like a sun temple, god sun there, and his all the effect on the human beings and their religious mythologies also. So who belong actually from the Garg dynasty, means Narshivarman, who belong actually from the Garg dynasty. And laterly we can say that from the view of sun temple, god like sun, the chariot temple has been also carved out. So what amount of wheels are made? Wheels means the chakras downside on which the temple is standing. 12 massive wheels are actually providing the best beauty at the pedestal style of temple, and these wheels reflect the 12 months also. 12 wheels for the 12 months. Each wheel consists of generally we can say 8 spokes, that is the 8 prahars of the day, including 24 basic hours of the day. And also we can say that detail of the motified with the subjective diagnosis and the versatility of this temple can be also seen inside the wheels too here. And the architectural hard work is unparalleled, it is unprecedented, or we can say it is like the theory which cannot be explained once again by the words. Mesmerizing beauty can be seen at the Konark too here. So therefore this temple has been also built by the people of that time, and that's I'm telling you, if you are actually living in India, if you're actually going in India, or if you're actually coming to visit in the India, then you must visit these all the places here. So this temple has been also actually getting the unparalleled example with the other temple, and by the black stone it has been made, that for it is also known as the black pagodas. This you need to understand, black pagoda. So in the exam, if the question is coming that define black pagoda, you should not be confused. It is actually one of the name of the Sun Temple Konark. So you can easily write down here. So which is also known as the black pagoda because it is made by the black stone in Orissa. So these remains actually reflect the sculpture and the civilization of 13th century of Orissa. How the people were living in the 13th century of Orissa is also described in these kinds of architectural style of art. So I hope this lecture was very interesting to you, and also we made the trip virtual tour on this lecture where we went to Chennai, we went to Bengal, we went to Odisha, we went to Maharashtra, Arabian Sea and all. So you must go with your own example detail theory. After listening this lecture, you can Google it and you can see some of the detailed 360-degree images and the videos also of this temple, architecture, cave, viharas, chaitanyas, Arabian Sea, all of these kinds of things. And furthermore, you can also boost up your knowledge. So wait till then, I will come with another fresh new lecture of the same lesson. And the second part we'll discuss in that Brideshwar temple and other temple also, and we'll go more further in the detailed history of places and cultural heritage of India. Till then you can take care. Jai Hind.